As future board-certified behavior analysts, your work will center on understanding and improving human behavior. This is a noble pursuit, one that holds immense potential for positive change. But with this potential comes profound responsibility. The foundation of ethical research is built on respect for the dignity and well-being of every individual who participates in your studies. Ethical guidelines will serve as your compass, guiding you to conduct research with integrity, transparency, and a steadfast commitment to protecting the rights and welfare of your participants. Before we even begin to think about collecting data or analyzing results, we have a fundamental obligation to obtain informed consent from every single participant. This isn't just a formality, a box to check off on a form. It's about engaging in a genuine conversation, ensuring that potential participants fully comprehend the nature and purpose of the research, the procedures involved, and any potential risks or benefits. Imagine you're a parent considering enrolling your child in an ABA study. You'd want to know everything, wouldn't you? What behaviors will be studied? What interventions might be used? Will my child experience any discomfort? We need to provide clear, concise, and easily understandable information so participants can make informed decisions about their involvement. And remember, participation is always voluntary. We respect the right of individuals to decline to participate or withdraw at any time without penalty. Building trust is paramount, and that trust begins with open and honest communication. In the realm of research, the Institutional Review Board, or IRB, acts as an independent ethical watchdog. Think of the IRB as a panel of experts from diverse backgrounds who carefully review research proposals to ensure they meet the highest ethical standards. They scrutinize every aspect of the proposed research, paying close attention to the risk-benefit ratio. Is the potential benefit of the research worth the risk to the participants? They want to be certain that appropriate safeguards are in place to protect the well-being and rights of every participant. The IRB's role is absolutely critical in maintaining the integrity and ethical conduct of research. Their oversight helps us, as researchers, to identify and address any potential ethical concerns before we begin our work. It's an extra layer of protection, ensuring that we're conducting research in a way that prioritizes the well-being of our participants. As researchers, we often work with highly sensitive and personal information. It's our moral imperative to treat this information with the utmost care and respect. Confidentiality and privacy are non-negotiable. From the moment data is collected to the final stages of analysis and publication, we must take every precaution to protect the identities of our participants. This means using anonymized data whenever possible, storing data securely, and only sharing information on a need-to-know basis. Imagine if your child were participating in a study and their personal information was mishandled. The potential harm is significant. We have a responsibility to uphold the trust that participants place in us by being unwavering in our commitment to safeguarding their privacy. Our goal as researchers is to advance knowledge and improve lives. Harming participants is simply unacceptable. We have a fundamental obligation to minimize any potential harm, both physical and emotional, throughout the entire research process. This means carefully considering the potential risks of each research procedure and implementing appropriate safeguards to protect participants. For example, if a study involves any level of discomfort, we need to have clear protocols in place to address and mitigate that discomfort. We must also be vigilant in monitoring participants for any signs of distress or adverse reactions, and be prepared to respond swiftly and compassionately should any concerns arise. Science thrives on honesty and objectivity. Our commitment to ethical research demands that we approach our work with the highest standards of integrity. This means being scrupulously honest in all aspects of our research, from data collection and analysis to the reporting of our findings. We must never manipulate data or present findings in a misleading way. Our interpretations should be grounded in evidence, not influenced by personal bias or the desire to prove a particular hypothesis. The ethical conduct of research extends beyond the interaction with participants. It encompasses every facet of the research process. Meticulous record-keeping is essential. We must maintain accurate and detailed records of our methods, data, and analyses. These records are not just for our own reference. They provide a transparent audit trail that allows for replication and scrutiny by the scientific community. Transparency is paramount. We must be open about our research methods, our funding sources, and any potential conflicts of interest. It's about holding ourselves accountable and ensuring that our research meets the highest standards of scientific rigor. Throughout the research journey, from the initial recruitment phase to the dissemination of findings, we must remain acutely aware of the well-being of our participants. This means being sensitive to their needs, respecting their time, and ensuring their comfort throughout the research process. We should be available to answer any questions they may have, address any concerns that arise, and provide support whenever needed. Remember, participants are integral partners in our quest for knowledge. Their well-being is paramount, and their contributions deserve our utmost respect and gratitude. The final stage of the research process, the dissemination of findings, carries its own set of ethical considerations. We have an obligation to share our research findings with the scientific community and the public accurately and responsibly. Our publications and presentations should provide a balanced and objective account of our research, highlighting both the strengths and limitations of our findings. We must avoid exaggerating the significance of our results or making claims that are not supported by the data. It's also crucial to be mindful of the potential impact of our findings on individuals and communities. As we conclude this exploration of ethical considerations in applied behavior analysis research, let's remember that our commitment to ethical conduct is an ongoing journey, not a destination. We must constantly strive to uphold the highest ethical standards, ensuring that our research is conducted with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering focus on the well-being of our participants. I encourage you to stay informed about the latest ethical guidelines and to engage in ongoing dialogue about ethical dilemmas in research. Together, we can ensure that our work is ethically sound, scientifically rigorous, and ultimately benefits society.